Alrighty, we are recording. All right, friends. I'm running. I am running technology all by myself today. So we are good. We are live today on Instagram, on Facebook, and on Zoom. This is going to be a really good one. It's going to be actually a little bit shorter today. And this is one of my favorite topics, which is the psychology of money. This is something that I wish I would have learned a lot sooner in life. I learned this just to be transparent with everyone, probably about 6 years ago, 7 years ago. I really started to understand the importance of understanding how you feel, how you think about money, what you've been taught about money, but understanding the psychology of money. I've really been infatuated over the last 12 to 15 years with personal development. And what I keep finding that's showing up as a constant is the importance of understanding how we think about certain things, the importance of understanding why we do certain things, understanding values and beliefs and standards and all of these great things. You could put marriage in a bucket. You could put relationships in a bucket. You could put parenting in a bucket. You could put professional life in a bucket. You could put spirituality in a bucket. You can put money in a bucket. And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to focus on the psychology of money. I believe that every teen should start getting taught some of this information. We're all different. We're all wired different. We all have different upbringings. We all have different thoughts around money, whether it's good, it's bad. And a lot of the times what I see with clients, including myself when I was younger and including my kids and my wife, we get emotional about money. The funny thing is, I say this all the time, that money has no emotions. That's why there's some people that are super, super, super successful in business. They have one thing on their mind, and that is making more money and doing whatever it takes to make more money, because money isn't emotional. Money doesn't care how you feel. Money doesn't care what kind of day you're having. Money doesn't care. We add the emotional aspect to money and it gets in our way. So what I'm going to try to do today is hopefully you'll better understand how to get out of your way relative to thinking about money. Before I get going any further, I need to send out a short disclaimer. I am not a financial planner. I am a mortgage professional with about 15 years experience in the mortgage industry, where I evaluate and spend a lot of time talking about people's money and their financial decisions, which equips me to bring about awareness and education around money and investing. But I do not give investing advice. I do not give financial or trading advice. I will recommend you to some really great financial planners should you need to have questions around that. But today's message in this whole series is about financial education. All right. Bringing about awareness and education around money and investing, and all things financial literacy. I think there's a huge gap in our country right now, and in the world relative to money. What I wanted to do starting out to make sure that I stay on task with a couple of very, very, very important things that I wanted to discuss today. I wanted to share briefly a couple of slides that I put together for you on money. And basically, these are some, I would say these are principles. These are some principles that I have come to learn, principles that I have come to teach and adopt in my life. I'm teaching these to my kids. I'm teaching these to my clients. And if you follow me on Instagram or social media, you will see me post stuff from time to time on money. I want to start off today with, this is a Dave Ramsey-ism. I heard this a long time ago, I think when I got to see him live, and it stuck with me. Dave says, and you know how Dave can be. If you know Dave Ramsey, he can be pretty blunt. Dave says, spending more money than you make is simply losing in advance. The sooner that you understand that money is a game, you can win the money game and it's 100% up to you, your life will be changed. But what we see right now in America, credit card debt is through the roof. We're seeing even right now, credit card defaults are now skyrocketing. We're starting again to see people living outside of their means. I think there was a big correction after the last economic crash in 08, 10. I thought people learned their lessons, but you know what? Americans are crazy. We have a very short memory and we tend to watch history repeat itself. And I think that's what we're seeing right now relative to money and debt. So spending more money than you make is simply losing in advance. This is another thing that I teach older young adults and adults in general, that being good with money, this is where I made a huge mistake early on in my life, in my 20s and my 30s. Being good with money isn't about knowledge. Okay, being good with money isn't about knowledge. It isn't about your IQ or being really great with math or smart, right? It's all about behaviors and values. Let that sink in. It's, again, we just talked about the emotional side. We as people, humans, bring emotion into money. Extract the emotion. Being good with money isn't about knowledge, IQ, or being really good with math or being smart. It's about behaviors and it's about values. People have different behaviors due to their past and current situations. So I would ask you right now, take a step back. Kind of what position are you in right now in your current life relative to money? And how is and are your circumstances right now impacting the decisions you make with money? Maybe let's go a little bit deeper, maybe therapy session. Let's go back to your childhood or when you were younger. How did your parents, how does your family talk about or treat money? Okay, your present and your past environments help create behaviors or have created behaviors that impact your choices and your decisions around money. That's really big to understand. So you can be wealthy, you can be rich, you don't have to have a high IQ, you can be really good with money. It's all about knowledge. It's not necessarily about smarts, okay? There are a few different types of people that when I'm talking with people about money, especially couples, it's important to understand who you are relative to how you look at money, right? So we're going to try to identify who we are in better understanding the psychology of money. Are you a spender or are you a saver? Again, Dave Ramsey likes to call them, are you a nerd or are you a free spirit? Are you a penny pincher or are you a free spirit? Or do you think of money and your decisions around money around safety or status? So this is really important. And if you're listening to this, maybe taking notes or watching this recording, I want you to try to identify right now who you are when it comes to money. I think this is a really, really, really good one. So when it comes to money, again, taking the emotion out of it, money speaks one language. Money says, if you save me, I will save you tomorrow. Now, I heard this about 8 years ago. This is in my phone as a note, and it's also as a screenshot. And again, it really, when you're in the trenches and you're kind of lost relative to money and your income's not really great and you're in debt, it's really hard for that to sink in. But think about this for a second. Money says, if you save me today, you protect me today, I'll come in and save you and protect you tomorrow. That's really, really key to understand. The other thing about money is managing money should be boring. It's not exciting. So all you people like me, they got a little ADD and you have a hard time focusing and you want excitement all the time. Managing money is boring. It should be boring. Yes, it could involve spreadsheets and tracking. That's boring. It doesn't take a lot of time. I still do a personal family budget every single month. I have to turn it into my coach every single month. They keep me on track. They keep my spending in track. I can't make any purchases over $30,000 without running it by my coach, my mentor. And it's really important because it's all tracked on my budget form. But because I've been doing that for the last 7 or 8 years, I'm in a financial position today that I never dreamed I'd be in. Okay, because I thought about money differently. All right. It's boring. I tracked it, but money should be boring. Managing your money should be boring. But get this, time favors compounding actions. So let's think about this for a second. If you eat a Big Mac at McDonald's every single day for 365 days out of the year, do you think your waistline and your arteries will be in better shape or worse shape? Probably worse. However, if you go to the gym every single day for 1 hour and you watch your diet every single day and you don't eat those Big Macs, instead you eat fruit, okay, for 365 days, do you think your waistline will be improved? Absolutely. So time favors compounding actions. I teach this in business. In business, prospecting for new business. In business, taking really good care of your current clients. In business, taking really great care of your past clients. If you compound that over time, you're going to have a great business over time. Okay, it's the same thing with money. And this one is key. I want to share this with you so you kind of have a better idea of what I'm talking about. Money favors compounding action. So this particular person started at age 20 with $2,000 from a summer job in a bank account, in an investment account, okay? Let's just say it's the S&P 500 index for the sake of discussion. And from 20 to 65, all that person did was take $250 a month, like going out to dinner once or twice a month, right? Set that aside. $250 for 45 years. $1.6 million. $250 a month for 45 years turned into $1.6 million. Okay. So let's do this longhand though, real quick. So 45 years. So 250 times 12 is $3,000 a year times 45. That's $135,000 invested plus the 2,000 initial investment. Okay, so 20 to 65, it's 45 years, $250 a month, $137,000 total investment yields 1.6 million. Okay, so time favors compounding actions. I think that's so important to understand when it comes to money. I'm going to wrap with this, and this is so important that I hope every single one of you guys get. Everything has a price. Okay, everything in life has a price. Okay, I put this as the title of today's lesson. Everything has a price, but not all prices appear on labels. Being able to calculate the future cost of today's decisions is called money math. I think it's called genius. I teach my kids this. I don't tell my 16-year-old daughter not to go out drinking and smoking weed and doing drugs on the weekends. Okay. One, we have standards in our house. Number two, we've instilled those standards. Number three, we have leadership in the house. But number four, we teach our daughter, we teach our kids that when you go out, every decision that you make has a consequence. Every decision that you make has a consequence. So everything relative to money has a price, but not all prices appear on labels. Let that sink in. Think about that. Next time you make a decision, you want to buy that Lexus or that brand new car, and they've got 3% dealer financing. Everything has a price, but not all prices appear on labels. Being able to calculate the future costs of today's decisions is money math. It's so important. Okay. Do you need that? Would that $30,000 invested in real estate or invested in the S&P 500, the stock market, or whatever investment vehicle it might be, try to calculate the future cost of that money. Okay. I think it's really, really, really important. I'm going to share a couple stats with you from the book, The Psychology of Money. I really encourage you to go buy that book. It's called The Psychology of Money. It's white with green on it. I'll put a link, an Amazon link in the comments below. I want to encourage you to go read that. It'll help you out a lot. But he talks about, in that book, he talks about the man in the car paradox. Nobody is impressed with your stuff. Remember this. No one. The Joneses, keeping up with the Joneses. No one is impressed with your stuff as much as the man in the car, as much as you are. Okay, think about that. Your friends don't care for 1 second. The second they leave you, they're going to be talking trash about you, probably, right? They don't care. Okay, the man in the car paradox. Understand that. And this ties right into the whole ego thing. Got a great quote around, write this down too. This is a great formula. Wealth is what you don't see. Wealth is what you don't see. Savings equals income minus ego. Okay. Wealth is what you don't see. Savings equals your income minus your ego. That's what you have left every single month. Your income minus your ego. And lastly, our good friend Warren Buffett, richest dude in the U.S., one of the richest dudes in the U.S. $81.5 billion of Warren Buffett's wealth. $81.5 billion of his $85 billion came after his 65th birthday. Think about that. We go back to that slide that I shared about money favors compounding action. See, he spent a lot of his life investing, compounding actions, investing, and it began to pay off right around, well, billionaire status at 65, but he was a multimillionaire in his 50s and 60s. Okay. Hope this was helpful. I want you to do me a favor. I want this information to get out to as many people as possible. So if you can, share this info. Number 2, I'm here every single Wednesday at 3:30, Facebook Live, on my personal Facebook page, on Instagram, and I'm going to record these and put them on my YouTube channel as well. So you can go back and you can watch them, you can share them. Number 3, I mentioned earlier, I am not a financial planner. I'm a mortgage professional. If you're a real estate agent listening to this, I want you to reach out to me. I think real estate agents, mortgage professionals, our clients need to learn more about this stuff. This series that I'm teaching, this 26-week series, I'm going to be teaching and rolling out to real estate agents and mortgage professionals. So if you're a real estate agent, you want to learn more about this, reach out to me. Lastly, I do mortgages for a living. If you know of anyone who needs a great mortgage professional, a high-level mortgage experience right here in the Puget Sound, I'd love to be a resource, okay? Hey, you guys have a great hump day and a great rest of the week. I'm here if you need anything in the meantime. See you next Wednesday.